So, my name's Dan Forster. That's already been enough to have half these people leave the room, just because of my name. They've all gone. I've been with Sapphire for, on and off, about 10 years. Yeah, I know, I look very young. Makes me feel better when... What do I press on this? The big one in the middle? No. The one on the right? Yay! So, I don't speak Bulgarian. I speak a lot of other languages, especially when I'm drunk. But Bulgarian is not one of them. So, and I'm not drunk, so it'll be okay. Who are Sapphire? Well, Sapphire have headquarters in Hong Kong. This is cool because it's a really good city to go. So I don't have to go to Taiwan, I have to go to Hong Kong, which is much, much more fun. The next thing that's cool, Sapphire actually, we have altogether 2,500 factory employees that work here. Now, our factory is much better than all the other factories because we have these brown stripes. See? The others don't have that, they're all white. So ours is the cooler factory from the looks. So that's one thing. 2,500 factory employees. Now, that does not mean that little children work in our factories, okay? No, I'm serious. They have to be older than 5 if they want to work for us. No, honestly, I'm kidding. I said this in Germany once, and they were going to call the police. It was different. So, Sapphire, basically, button. We do 3 things. Number 1, graphics boards. That's usually what most people know. Number 2, motherboards. I'll talk about that in a minute. And number 3, mini PCs and accessories. I will not talk about that because they said 20 minutes and I stick to my 20 minutes. So I'll tell you now, we have them, they're cool and very successful. So, AMD, at the moment, has about 30% overall graphics market share worldwide. We only do AMD graphics boards. And Sapphire has 35% of the AMD graphics business. What could this be? 60 million. It's not my bank account, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I'd be skiing. Anyone? What could this be? Anyone just say anything. Say drinks that we drank yesterday in Trakbar. Was it Trakbar?
Yeah.
No, okay, I'll tell you. These are the amounts of tablets sold last year. What could that be? Again, not the drinks I drank yesterday. Desktops. So that shows you that everyone is talking about tablet PCs. They're in the news and everyone has to have a tablet because without a tablet your life is over and you're not as cool as the other kids. Desktops is nearly 3 times the size of tablets. So I think that means that we all still have a business. You still can buy my graphics board, and I still can come skiing here to Bulgaria, so it's quite cool. Now it does nothing. You have to do the cool. So, why Sapphire? I heard other companies also build graphics boards. That's true. So why would you take ours? Number 1, quality. I'll be honest, if anyone brings back a graphics board into your shop, business, whatever, because it's broken, you have lost money. If you lose money on my graphics boards, you're not going to buy them again. So, we think quality is important. Which means we have all these testing, and believe me, these are 3 little ladies. 1, 2, 3. I know it's a high quality picture, but it's 3 of them. Every single graphics board that we sell, every single one, is put into 3 different systems and tested on a 2D test suite, a 3D test suite, and a game. The reason we do this is that 100% of graphics boards that leave our factory are in perfect working condition. The only time they break is when UPS or TNT, they throw it out of the... Somebody catches, it doesn't go well. Otherwise, 100% of our graphics boards work. This is where everyone in the room goes, wow! Ah, thank you, you're good. Now, we've got over 3,130 awards. These, on this side, I got because they like the product. These, I got because I went drinking with them. But, still, 2,500 are real awards. Now, this is not for you. This is for me. This is my motivation. In 15 minutes, you have another presentation, and I have a beer. 1 second. It's good, huh? That's good, yeah. Alright, I'm done. Next. Sapphire 7000 series cards. We have new graphics boards out. Way! Excitement. Why is this cool? Well, okay, this is, by the way, not this is not the American plan for Afghanistan. How they're going to. This is our roadmap. As you can see, we have 2 new things. There and there. You saw that? Right, up there. This has a pointer in there somewhere, right? I just throw it. So not the top one, but the 1, 2 below, they're brand new. And in the mid-range, we also have new ones. The 7770, and there's also going to be a 7870, which means 7870, higher number than 7770, so it's a faster product. This is not my girlfriend. There's something new with the 7000 series. The 6000 series has been on the market 2 years, 2.5 years, which means at the end it was very, very difficult to do anything with margins or pricing or so on, because it was very transparent. So the 7000 series has something brand new. It's called Graphics Core Next. It's called Next because it's new, otherwise it would be called Graphics Core Last. So it's called Graphics Core Next, and this is a bit like, and I'll be honest, it's a bit like a Bulgarian hamburger. I was in this hotel in Sofia the day before yesterday. I was hungry, so I went out, and I saw this hamburger shop on the side. So I walked in and I said, hamburger, and he said, da, and then he said, yaitza, and I said, well, no. And then he pointed at these French fries, these, pommes frites, and I thought, yeah, I'll have those. So he put them in my hamburger. And I thought, why? Why are they in the hamburger? Everywhere else in the world, they're next to the hamburger, right? So this graphics board is a bit like that, because everything is inside the graphics board, okay? You get my, yeah? And you know it's good, yeah. I have a picture if anyone wants to see the Bulgarian hamburger, by the way. I'll show you later. Okay, so what is new? Best power efficiency. Now, these are the old cards. They basically used, when you didn't use them, 27 watts. The new ones use 3 watts. Wow. But it is actually really cool because the whole PC is quieter, it's not as fast, it's not as noisy. Generally, it's a good thing. This is how the things worked. 55 nanometers, 40 nanometers, 40 nanometers, 28 nanometers. Each step you do between the nanometers means you use less power. Now, I don't know if any of you know how a graphics board or chip is designed. It's quite interesting, at least I find it interesting. In Toronto, at AMD, they have a big wall like this. And if you know this game that kids used to play, where you had a square and you had lots of little squares inside, and one of them was empty, and you had a picture, and you had to move it around to make a picture, that's how a graphics board is designed. They have different chips, they have really different parts of the chip, so they will have the Affinity part, and they will have the graphics part, and the 2D part, and they will move it around physically on a board to see how they can fit these parts onto one chip. And there's a lot of work that gets involved in this. And they do this about every 4 or 5 generations, and then the rest of the time they only improve the chip. The last time this was done was in the 2000 generation. So the series 3000, 4000, 5000, and 6000 all are based on the original 2000 generation. Now we have a new series, completely new, so it's quite an interesting feature. At least I find it interesting. AMD Affinity. Affinity is something that no one else offers except AMD. Basically what it does, it tells the PC there's only one monitor, even though you've connected 3. Wow. But the good thing is, that's where you can use any application on the 3 monitors because it thinks it's only one. And what we've now improved on the new generation is this. In the past, the start bar was here. Now, you can also put the start bar here. Impressed? I was too. I'm not kidding, this takes thousands of hours of work in drivers to get this right. And this is why AMD are doing really, really well compared to, for example, Intel graphics solutions, because the drivers are the key, and it takes a lot of manpower to get drivers right. Never settle for fewer pixels. I mean, we did a big jump about 2-3 years ago when everything moved to full HD. I think most monitors these days, difficult to get a non-full HD monitor, right? There will be one more step. That step will be Ultra HD. So there'll be resolutions of 4,000 something times 2,500 and something. And the reason this is going to go, we also have to thank our friends at Apple. Because, you know, they come up with this Apple iPhone 4 and they have a Retina display. And I show it to my mum and she goes, cool. And I show her my graphics board and she goes, ooh. So it is something that people are getting used to. They want high resolution displays and they want close pixel density. And Apple has really put this into the mainstream. So never settle for fewer pixels. Graphics is the future in one way, shape, or another. Because if you take a look at me, yeah, everyone look. Within 1 second, you have figured out I have a blue top, blue trousers, brown shoes if you can see them. In the back, I have brown shoes. This thing and this thing. Now that took you 1 second. In words, I would have to describe it in about 600 to 800 words, just to make sure that you could everything that has been visually transported to you so fast. That's why the future is graphics. Whichever way we would do it, graphics is somewhere in the future. And that's where we are. As for the add-in board market, so us, what's going to change is we will sell less low-end, and we will sell more expensive high-end. Because 2 things are coming. New generation of consoles, PlayStation 4, Xbox Next, and that means the games will be much cooler for these systems. And that's why the next generation will be really, really exciting. This is something that's not being done enough. A graphics board is really, really powerful. Much more powerful than any processor out there. So, how cool would it be if you have your BlackBerry, iPhone, Windows Phone, Android phone, and you want to have a video on it? At the moment, you have to use an external tool. You have to re-encode the video and then copy it. In this case, with an app using a graphics board, it would be 10 times faster. You would just have to take it and pull it to your phone, all done by the graphics board. So there's going to be lots more of these apps coming. This slide is my favorite slide. Red is us, and we're bigger than everyone else, which means we're the best. Cool, huh? Especially this one, look. Yay, yay, look how good we are. Next thing, coolers. This is the only thing that can break on a graphics board. The chip will only break if the cooler fails. So, what we do, we put on good coolers, not bad coolers. Very important for the quality control, and this is something that we really, really take care of. Tricks. It does tricks. It's a software, comes with every graphics board. You can overclock, and it makes sure that the graphics board does not break. And we also have very rich bundles. So it's nothing is more annoying than buying a $500 graphics board and then having to buy an adapter, another adapter, another cable, and these other things. So we make sure we include them in our bundles. So again, why Sapphire? We have 4 different lineups. Ultimate, completely silent, can't hear it. Passive cooling, toxic overclocking, atomic once a year, super special, mega ultra high, super bevel edition. Vapor X, this is our best product. This one has a special cooler on it, but it's only a little bit more expensive than a normal cooler. And this is actually patented cooler, and we use this on 99% of our graphics boards. Very successful, Vapor X and Dual X coolers. Damn, 5 more minutes. Yay! Again, not for you, just me. Just me. Favorite slide. Sapphire mainboards in Fusion. Now, this was actually quite fun. It's no longer called Fusion, it's called APUs. Now, we have actually got a complete mainboard team in about a year ago, and they're working on very many new solutions. Now, we've got a very large mainboard team in. They came from lots of other different vendors. They're a cool bunch of guys. I don't know if they're good mainboard manufacturers, but they're definitely a cool bunch of guys. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to introduce low-cost mainboards, especially for low-cost Intel and low-cost AMD solutions. Because at the moment, the APUs, they cost $40, $45, $50, and the mainboards will cost $70, $80, which means you still cannot make a low-cost solution. This is something that we will be introducing really shortly, and it's going to be very cool. This is red now, no longer green. Ah, it works. What do we do special or different on our mainboards? Well, there's not that much you can do. I could tell you our mainboard, this is that and that. But frankly, what we do, we think. This is something that doesn't happen always. So we think, so we make sure that the coolers all actually fit on all of our mainboards. We do extensive testing. There's nothing more annoying than buying a mainboard, putting on a cooler, and it doesn't fit. This is the last product I'm going to introduce, and then I'm going to have my beer. Vid2 introduction. It's a brand new product by Sapphire. It looks like this. I actually have a real one somewhere. What it basically does is, any video signal in, it will split out to 2 monitors. Now, it'll split it out to 2 monitors to have one picture across both, or 2 different pictures. The cool thing is, it needs no drivers. You do all the setup using these switches and the display. So, if you have an Apple, even a notebook, you can put 2 monitors to it, additionally. Any PC with an output, you can do it. And we will have 2 versions. One with DVI, and one at the top with DisplayPort. That's it, and I also took a picture of what I'm doing tonight. See, that's me tonight. You must think I'm an alcoholic. I'm not. The guys I was with yesterday were drunk way more than I did. Really. So, if you have any questions, like, how many girlfriends I have, or kids, or whatever, please feel free to ask. I will also be upstairs at the display, right? With my beer. Are there any questions? To Sapphire, to which club I'm going to tonight? Anything? No? Then, thank you very much, and have a nice day.